Line up, go! Set. 19. 39, 39. Line up, go! Set. 19. Line up, go!
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from Miami. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready? Pilot, 64, read. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Get it.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
What is that? 19! 26! 54! Down to lose one.
Now they try the right side here. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
He's set. 19. Watch twist.
3rd and 2. Watson steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Break the set. 19. 54. Here we go.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thomas, the intended target. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
That one 28 yards on the ground.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They'll set up to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Let's make these two.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got his man here. It's Gary Jennings Jr. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Complete to Gary Jennings. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Ready, set.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now back to throw. It's complete to Grant. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 48 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
A good return there, 17 yards, and it'll be Dolphin football. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. Early lead in that one for the Packers. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Second and 3. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7, Texans nothing.
Got it. 41 to Mike. Check 41. You gonna get the point? You draw Porker. Say go.
Balaj. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24-25.
Touchdown, Houston! A big play there. 75 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football, football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. Here's a 2nd and 7. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll run here with Blanche. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 2. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Set. 19. 52 right here. 52. Come off the ball. Come on. Mike 52. Mike 52. All right. Here we go. Let's go. D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
2nd and 14. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. But with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Watson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. is back at the 4-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Something to watch here in Week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check, check. 24. Brando.
On 1st and 10, Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Littleton in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Watson now throwing on 3rd and long. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
Now a first down throw. Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
Come on, 19, 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 3-on body Calhoun, a sack coming off the corner blitz.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson, he's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, high 7.
They'll set up a throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Forced out to his left. He's got a man, complete. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Flush to his right. He'll take a shot from. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Now a handoff looking right. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Watson. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Watson now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Cordray Tankersley with a pick, and they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Set. 60 outlaw. Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Shoot.
Now Balaj, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where it came from.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. He don't know no better.
He'll look to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 48 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Who's 6? Let's go.
On first down, it's Watson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, and he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front
under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They will indeed snap it to Watson, escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
It's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.